Okay, it's still 91 degrees, but it's in the shade. There's no wind. The humidity is still about 89%. The Frankenstein Ford, I fired up today after I got timing and stuff fixed. I'll explain shortly. And with the electric fuel pump and a 1-barrel carburetor, it was so hot I let it idle for 10 minutes and went to back out of the driveway and it died. So I had to just sit there, open the hood, let it alone for 15-20 minutes, fired right up. It's been sitting for 10, but I went to town because I'd been running ethanol, and these old engines don't like ethanol when it's over 88 degrees, and they just seem to evaporate and cause vapor lock on the carburetor. We'll see if she starts. Right there's a button. Yeah, it took a little bit, but it's running. Now I'm going to tell you the other thing I found when I was tuning it before. All you old school guys know if you have a distributor, you tighten a bolt down there, that adjusts your timing. You turn this whole distributor, adjusts your timing for your spark. And I had it snug down, and I was fine tuning it, and I noticed it kind of had a wonky feel where it was a little loosey-goosey, and I snugged it down pretty tight, and it went for a week, and then like 3 days ago, all of a sudden it was idling really fast, and I was getting more of what I thought was an exhaust leak noise again. And then it got worse, and then I hit a bump, and it kind of go away. Well, I'll tell you right now, usually when the distributor clamp hold down comes loose, this one turns clockwise, it will decrease the timing and make it run like crap. This high performance distributor, and with the weight that I'm not using mechanicals, the weight of the weight's inside advancing mechanical timing, and no hose or nothing holding it, it advanced the timing 8 degrees just because it was loose, and it gradually worked its way forward, which I've been doing this stuff 45 years on these old engines since they were when I grew up. I've never had one come loose and advance. They've always retarded. Well, they will advance. And that was the clatter. No more exhaust leak, nothing anywhere, running 4200 ripums, no problem. The clatter was the pre-detonation igniting when the intake valve was just barely open, and it was firing so early it was slamming the intake valve closed against through the rocker arm into that hydraulic lifter and slamming that lifter to the bottom, and then it had come out of it. Yeah, if you had solid lifters, it probably would have busted a valve or something, but I got that all figured out. And now I went and put in 91 octane regular gas, which does not evaporate in all this heat where the fuel line and stuff goes, like right there up to that 1-barrel carburetor, even though it kind of has a heat riser on it. It's running fine, but you notice it idles up and down? It just does. I believe they put a different cam in this engine, and it's a higher RPM cam. It's not a torquer cam, because once you hit about 2800, it just screams up to 44. But low end ain't bad, but yeah. I said this is a Frankenstein setup. I don't know nothing about it. All I know is that was a fuel-injected engine. I didn't look up the numbers. I got it working good now, and I got high octane. I had to put in 91 octane, just no ethanol, because this vehicle, that 98 Kia, even fuel-injected, they just don't like ethanol over 88 degrees. They seem to evaporate, even though they're under pressure, and this one's not. So there's a secret. If it's going to be above 88 degrees, put in regular gasoline with no ethanol in these old vehicles. A distributor can actually advance itself and not retard itself if it comes loose, and we're good. It's awesome. And it sounds like a 3-cylinder on each side because it's got dual exhaust. But yeah, we're all good now, and it fired up. So, but it has cooled off. But yeah, if it's really hot in these old vehicles, put in some regular non-ethanol gas. I'm going to do some research and see, because theoretically 85% ethanol that NASCAR uses evaporates slower than E10 or E15. So I'm going to do some research. I might be able to run this thing off of E85, and that'd be an octane of like 93. Yeah, a little less mileage, but it's cheap. I know I can find E15. I can find E85 in town. It's like $1 a gallon cheaper. But yeah, there's a long, short story version. Look at that on idle. Tap it, it might go up. Nope. I got 20 pounds oil pressure on idle at 800. Bottom end's fine. Top end is fine. It was just slamming. It was detonating time when timing was so far forward by that 7-8 degrees. It frickin' was slamming the exhaust valve shut, and that clatter was the valve hitting once it was open, slamming back shut for a little bit and bottoming out that hydraulic lifter. But they're all working now, and there's no clatter. I found it. There ain't no clatter and there ain't no exhaust leak, except it's just miserably hot. All right, I'll be back. Peace, love, have a heart. There's the in-depth details. I'll tell you the secrets if you're old car mechanics and you got them and you're classics and you tune them, or if you have somebody else and you can't figure out what's going on. Yeah, I've never had a distributor advance itself when the bolt and the clamp worked loose. This one did. All mechanical, and the weights must have shifted enough. It advanced it. Phew, it's all good. But yeah, I'm waiting on fuel filter and air filter on the Lincoln. So I'm driving this tomorrow, and it's going to be 94. And the Kia fired right up, just in case, but I can only do 45 with that. And yeah, that's my standby. If for some reason the Frankenstein Ford 4-wheel drive don't want to start in the morning, I got it covered. But yeah, this one's irritating. Ain't throwing no codes except a misfire, and it's only said once, nothing else. I'm thinking it's fuel, and yeah, I'll figure it out. I hate computer stuff. This is much easier to find. I love y'all. You take care. But I love that Lincoln. It's so cool. It's a Jaguar, you know. Y'all take care. Never give up. Walk away from it for a day, come back. Man, that's why I always have a few safety vehicles. I got my BMW yet I can ride my bike, but deer are running early in the morning when I go to work now, so I really don't want to do that. But yeah, there you go. It's all good. My electronic speedometer is working fine and keeping track. We're all good. Love you. I'll be back. God bless. Ciao.